in the room. Come on in the room. Hold on, let me make sure my sound is good. Can y'all hear me okay? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Okay, I see me. Can y'all hear me? What's up, squad? We are live. We are live. We are live. Y'all in the chat. Thank y'all for the sound check. Some of y'all be acting like y'all can't hear. Do I sound okay? Do I sound robotic or anything? Because I haven't touched anything. I'm sure. I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see, honey. I came early today. I came early today because I promised to come last night, but I really wanted to talk about these legal documents that I have in my possession. So y'all read the title, y'all know what we here to talk about. And settle in, go ahead and like and share, and we will get started in just a minute, right after this very brief introduction.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATL.
Guess her being a blogger.
More than a blogger.
Guess her being a blogger. You are more than a blogger.
I am more than
Guess her being a blogger.
all of is my son.
Okay, that shit scares you.
I am more than a blogger.
The blog goddess. The blog goddess. The blog goddess. The shell is here.
Yeah.
The blog goddess. The blog goddess. The blog goddess. The shell is here.
Yeah.
Say all them is her son.
Yes.
All them
It's her son. Yes.
say all them
It's her son. Yes.
say all them is her son.
Like for real.
The blog goddess. 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 The shell is here.
Yeah.
All them is her son.
Like for real.
All them bitches is my sons. What's up, squad? Listen. Before I even get started, y'all need to follow me on LTK because y'all be asking me all the time, where do you get those glasses? Where do you get that sweater? Where do you get that shirt? And so I have started an LTK. So the link is probably in the description box. If you go to LTK or shop LTK, you can type in ATLN, my stuff will pop up. I had a good first month. I put my January first month on YouTube in the shorts, and I've been showing y'all my little shorts and stuff. So, that's if y'all like it. Sometimes I also put house things on there. Like I put my rug that's in my foyer, I put that up there, and candles or whatever else that's in the view of the picture. I also put that as well. But these glasses right here are YSLs. Okay, these are YSL. Well, Saint Laurent. I mean, it is what it is. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, I found these right here on Amazon for like $15 or something. And they're similar. They're not the same, but they're similar and they're just as cute. Okay. And so all of these will be on my LTK, but these are the Saint Laurent. I like to wear glasses because I be feeling like I don't make up my face enough. All my friends have a face full of makeup. Shout out to Nene Leakes and everybody else. Everybody have a face full of makeup. I don't be liking to put on makeup like that, okay? Because I be trying to, get my skin together. I like my skin. The goal is not to wear makeup. The goal is to look like you have on makeup, but you don't. That's my goal anyway. And so I always, when I like wearing lashes, and I do my brows and stuff like that, but I just don't do makeup. But I like to, when I don't do my brows and my lashes, I put on glasses. That's my way of like hiding my face. But I have like so many cute glasses and stuff and cute frames, and I also use them to block blue lights from the computer and the lights because it causes eye strain when you look at the computer all the time. So if just if you're interested, if you like my glasses, if you like my sweater, if you like my jewelry, it's all on the LTK. Thank you so much. Shop my look. Okay, thank you, Miss Kiki put it in there for you. Okay. Also, if you are on Instagram, You can join my ATLians updates broadcast channel. And I normally, because a lot of people always complain about not getting notifications on YouTube, because YouTube does pick and choose on who they send notifications to. Like you can have 100,000, 500,000, however many subscribers, they gonna only send it to a few, and and there's specific people they send it to. Like you have to have your notifications active. You have to click the bell twice and say all. There's so many different variables that goes into like getting notifications. That's why you might get notifications to everything, or you might get notifications every couple of lives, depending on what you clicked. But if you're on my broadcast channel, each and every time I go live, I'll just let y'all know I'm going live. Okay, I'm going live. It's free. It's on Instagram. Also, if you don't have that, see, I have several different ways. You can be, if you're one of my members only. You see these people in the green, those are our channel sponsors. And so on YouTube, if you are one of the members, I normally put it in the members only tab so they get a first alert. Okay. If you are on Patreon, shout out to my Patreons. In addition to give me after dark, Patreon also gets the notifications as well. And so, that costs a little bit, but you can join Patreon for free just to get the first alerts. It's patreon.com. I am ATLM. Oh, my phones are dinging. And yes, that's my little housekeeping for the day. Welcome to my TED Talk. Thank y'all for joining. But today's live is about Simon and Porsha. Simon and Porsha. Simon and Porsha. Would you say yay, Patreon? Yes, Patreon, Patreon, Patreon. Now, if you've been on social media, you will know that Simon has been on the warpath for quite some time about Porsha and her use of his mansion and her use of his Rolls Royce. It's like Porsha filed for divorce like a day or two allegedly after they came home from Valentine's Day, and they've been fighting ever since. Like Portia wants, the judge to honor the prenup. Portia wants, to live in the house for however many years the prenup dictates. She also wants the monetary settlement. Portia wants the moolah. Okay. And Simon, he's like, okay, you can leave, but you can't take all my stuff. Okay. You can't live in my house. You can't do this. You can't do that, especially when you like sign up for this marriage under false pretenses. That's what he was saying in the legal documents, and we've been reading them all. So there is a playlist titled Portia Williams that you could listen. We've been talking about this for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, and I know there are people that are just getting here because the Housewives are about to start. But yes, we've been reading the actual documents. And in reading the actual documents, I've noticed that there's a narrative being spun on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that isn't necessarily true. And while we know the housewives don't, show people's true things, because we know there's been a lot of fake relationships. There's been people say fake babies. Well, not necessarily fake babies, but in vitro versus real, I'm not even gonna go there, Kenya Moore. But there's been a lot of things on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that were a little bit, rent a boyfriend ish. Okay. And so with Portia doing this divorce, it's just been a question of, okay, you married this man, you stay off of social media because people were dragging you, and then you came back and said, okay, Portia Williams coming back. That's false. Portia Guobadia will be there. And then 2 days later, you filed for divorce. So it's all seeming like a scheme that Bravo and Portia set up to come to us with the BS. Okay. So in addition, okay, what y'all saying in this chat? It's been a year now. Today is February 1st, 14 more days. It's a year, and they're still going through this divorce. Exactly, Stacy. They are still going through the divorce. Now, I've read the documents. Y'all remember Simon filed a cease and desist saying that Portia could not um, have his Rolls Royce film in his Rolls Royce because the title was in his name. He put like receipts up and showed the title was in his name. Bravo said that they were going to honor that. And now here we are, and Simon is on the warpath now. Let's look. Hold on, hold on. On Simon's page recently, I'm gonna get to the other stuff, but recently, Simon gonna be busy all what spring long. As long as this airs, Simon is gonna be so busy. So Simon posted this right here. In the sneak peek, look, they showing Porsche. Listen, they not showing his house. He made sure they weren't showing the house, but they are showing Portia's old house, and they're showing Simon's Rolls Royce parked in front of Portia's old house. So Simon said, "Why is my 2021 Rolls Royce Ghost in the RHOA season 16 official trailer?" I distinctly recall my attorney sending a cease and desist to prevent filming my car without my consent. Then he tagged Bravo. He said, at Bravo TV, we need to have a conversation. Slide number 2 seemingly supports my memory. Comcast, NBC, Universal, what are we doing? Simon talk about cut the check, honey. And so he shows who he wrote the letter to. Okay. And if you recall, if you go back in my archives, I actually read the entire letter to y'all. Look, he got the Rolls Royce, he got the VIN number, he got the tag, child, he got everything on here. And then he said, and here comes Bravo, a subsidiary of Comcast, NBC, Universal, actively enabling and supporting a narrative that's legally shielded by a prenup confidential confidentiality clause. How reckless for a what's the end, Simon? What's the end? How reckless for what now? I'm still looking. How reckless? Oh Lord, I can't. I done missed the thing because he cut it off. Let me see if I got the screenshot. He said, "How reckless for a." Hold on. You know I got the screenshots in here somewhere. He said, how reckless for a $167 billion enterprise. Shaking my damn head. Simon, you cut it off in the thing. Now we need to have the thing so we can read it. But I have the screenshot right here. And I'll show it to you. Because you know I keep all the receipts right here. Hold on. Even though he didn't delete them, or either they have expired by now. But it haven't been, has it been 24 hours? I don't think so. But here is where he said it. How reckless for a $167 billion enterprise. Okay, shout out to Stacey Jackson. Thank you so much for the cash out, friend. I appreciate you. Simon needs to stop all that crying and deal with it. He signed a prenup. But listen. Were you here when we was reviewing the documents where Simon's attorney was like, the judge is honoring parts of the prenup and not other parts? And in the prenup, there is also a clause that said there are no taping inside the house. Did you read that? OMG. But anyway, let me go back. He also posted this. What did this say? Hold on. He posted a whole bunch of stuff, child. Simon posted this right here. RHOA season 16 is going to be so much fun exposing this family. Let's head back to Costa Rica, mom, and see who is defrauding and scamming. We'll make receipts publicly available. Simon said he got the receipts, and I am here for it. Okay, are you here for it? Simon said he is going to make the receipts publicly available. He said, all jokes aside, Mama Diane looked good. Money well spent. She did look good. But y'all remember when Kordell said, get out my house? Y'all remember when Kordell was like, Mama Diane was sitting on his house in his house eating pizza on his sofa, and he had to put her out. And now Mama Diane sitting in Portia's house with her man, allegedly, while Porsha is sitting in Simon's house. Meanwhile, Simon is like, something's got to give, because it seems like this is all Mama Diane's doing. Okay, hold on. Let me pull these receipts real quick. Hold on. Like this video as y'all get in here. Like this video. I had it somewhere. Here it is, right here. Open. Y'all, this is a little flashback just to remind you what Porsha was going through back in the day. Y'all remember this? Copyright disclaimer in Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Y'all remember when Kordell and Peter had this conversation right here?
Example. The mama's sitting in my master bedroom one day on my cream chairs watching TV. First of all, in my master bedroom, and I ain't home. Eating a large pepperoni pizza.
Wow.
Sitting on his cream sofa in his cream chairs, watching TV,
Master
eating a
bedroom one
big,
day on my
large
cream
pepperoni
chairs
pizza.
watching TV. First of all, in my master bedroom, and I ain't home. Eating a large pepperoni pizza.
Wow. You buy your crib and you don't even feel like you got
I don't feel like I'm in my
control
house.
I couldn't have my sister at my house. I couldn't let you all come over like you wanted.
So Porsha, like, I don't know what it is. Porsha be wanting all her family to lay up in the man's house. I don't understand. And now here we are. Here we are yet again, and we got Porsha and her mama. Hold on, where was it at? Hold on, we gotta go to it. Porsha and her mama sitting on them cream chairs, sitting on them cream chairs in somebody else's house. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What is the timestamp? It is right here. Porsha and her mama sitting on them cream chairs. This is different cream chairs, but it's a cream sofa nonetheless. Look at Miss Diane. Miss Diane look good. Miss Diane got nip tuck, all of the above, everything y'all claim Nene did. Miss Diane and did, honey. Hold on. She did everything Porsha told her to do. And now they talking about money. Let's see what Miss Diane has said.
The frauding, the scamming. It makes you think how much of it was real.
I'm trying to make
The frauding, the scamming, how much of it was real? Now, we haven't seen the entire conversation yet, but everything in the press release says, Portia's divorce from Simon Guobadia. Everything that we know thus far, Porsha is talking about her divorce from Simon Guobadia. The teaser said Simon Guobadia. So all the people I've read in the comment section saying, well, they didn't say his name. They didn't say his name. Well, who is they talking about? Is they talking about Dennis? Who are they talking about?
How much of it was real?
I'm trying to make music so that I can buy.
So, yeah, so she's sitting on that couch. Now, the interesting thing is Simon, of course, when he saw the trailer, he got in his feelings and he said a lot on his Instagram. I'm going to show it to you right now. Shout out to Simon for giving me some content. Okay. So here it is right here where he said that it's gonna be so much fun exposing the family. Now he said in his caption, I keep trying to avoid this ungrateful family like a plague, but they keep coming back. My name is not Kordell Stewart. I will fight back with facts. You can bet on it. The real fraudsters will be exposed. Looks like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree after all. The audacity of this family is truly unbelievable. Call your lawyers and find the quicker exit from this catastrophic narrative you keep coming up with. It will continue to be costly to all parties concerned. Shaking my damn head. And look, I'm in the comments. Look, yes, he spelled Kordell with a C. He don't know no better, honey. Why y'all be calling that man sassy? Don't do that. That man is fighting for his life, fighting for his livelihood, fighting for his hard-earned assets. Now, Porsha didn't claim that the man is scamming. Porsha didn't claim that the man is scamming, but she's sitting up here fighting for his hard-earned scammed goods. Where they do that at? You got a whole daughter living in a man's house that you said is a scammer. Now, would you ladies out there with children, let me know, mama bears out there. Let me know, mama bears out there, single mothers out there. Would you move your daughter into, well, I know it's a $7 million house. I don't know. But would you move your daughter into a house and you don't know what this man is doing? He's allegedly involved in organized crime. He's doing this, he's doing that. Would you let your daughter stay there? I mean, I wouldn't feel safe if I was Porsha and the daughter, and that's not even his child. Let me know what y'all think out there. I don't know because I don't have no kids, but I wouldn't want to stay there by myself, honey. I couldn't do it. Because think about going to sleep at night and then you thinking that the people gonna come and the goons, whoever he owe money to, you saying he a scammer, you saying he done stole all these people money, you say he's doing this, he's doing that, you saying he's supposed to be deported. Like, if anything, you think ICE gonna run up on there in the house and snatch the assets? You think the IRS gonna come and snatch the house? Like, why would you be comfortable living in the house and you ain't put no money down? Okay, you ain't put no money in it, and you haven't paid not one mortgage. Okay, not a one, according to court documents that we're gonna get into. Now, So look in the comment section, they're gonna me. I said, oh, they done woke up Simon. It was early in the morning too. I don't know what time it was in Dubai or wherever Simon is, but it was like 6 o'clock in the ATL, and I'm just in the comment section reading, y'all. And so I got Simon set on my notifications because I be needing to know when Simon is gonna talk, honey, so I can come on here and tell y'all what is going on. So look. So I'm in the comment section. I said, they done woke up Simon. And look, Simon said, ATLian, for 2+ years, she literally was in my house 50% of the time. Matter of fact, we had a dedicated room in my home for her. He talking about Porsha mama. She saw me wake up every day and work, saw my employees, met my family, and still come up with the narrative on national TV. Unbelievable. Now, history is repeating itself because, like Kordell has said, Miss Diane was sitting in there in his couch eating pizzas on his brand new white chairs in his master bedroom, and there she is over there at Porsha's house sitting on a white couch. Now, the white couch got some significance too, because look. Simon has spilled some more tea and said ATLian. And what's even more unbelievable is that she's filming this episode from the sofa I gifted her, which came from the home I sold from my previous marriage. Not you sitting on Fallon's couch. She's sitting on the other couch. Miss Diane ain't even bought no furniture of her own, child. Miss Diane, like, through all of this, we've been talking about Porsha is the G. We've been talking about Porsha is the G. Apparently, it's Miss Diane. Miss Diane is the real PIMP. I don't know what you heard about me. I'm a motherfucking PIMP. Miss Diane is the real 50 Cent in this situation. OMG, Miss Diane and pimp Porsha out to the highest bidder. She tried it with Kordell. Kordell wasn't taking it. Then she tried it with Dennis. Like Porsha said, she found out Dennis had all them damn franchises. She was legs to the moon. Y'all remember that? And then that didn't work because Dennis' mama stepped in and blocked it like this. Dennis' mama, what's her name? What's Dennis' mama name? She blocked it. And then, but Porsha got the baby out of Dennis, so she still got them 18 years worth of child support payments. But she saw Simon. Simon had came up and had mansions and stuff. She was like, I'm gonna get back with Simon. I knew Simon from the club. From the club, we are all fam. And so I am going to get back with Simon. And she allegedly, she knew Fallon and Simon was having some difficulties. Fallon was sleeping with the pool boy, getting knocked up by the pool boy. And Simon was out there at the club looking lonely, smoking cigarettes at MCK and all them other restaurants in Atlanta. And Porsha slid on in there. And Simon said, let's go on a trip. Let's go to Costa Rica. Let's go to Miami. And Porsha said, okay, you gonna marry me. I'ma sign a prenup. And that's what had happened. Mama Diane said, yup. Get him for all he got. Meanwhile, every time we see Porsha's house or Simon's house that Porsha is squatting in, we see Mama Diane sitting right up in there drinking a Fanta. We see Mama Diane sitting right there drinking some sweet tea, child. She was there Mother's Day. She was there Christmas. She be there on all major holidays. Child, it's a mess. Then her house, we see Porsha is filming. Anyway, moving on. Let me see what y'all saying. You said Dennis' mama was right all along. Okay. You don't come into a married couple's bedroom. Okay. Not a couple's bedroom, period. You said when Porsha moved out of her home, she let her mom move in. So I don't know why Porsha mom would need a room in Porsha and Simon's home to be there to take care of the kids, to be there close to her granddaughter, because Porsha's home is way out in Duluth and they wanted to be in the city limits. Everybody wants to be in the city limits. So of course Porsha's mom would have a room there, in case she wanted to stay overnight. I don't see why not. If my mom was here, if she lived too far, she got a room here too. I'm just saying. Anyway, you said, can he have her evicted though? Not yet. According to the prenup, she could stay there for 2-3 years. Okay. But the prenup also says that, she can't film in the house. And so that's what they're arguing over. So there's a lot going on. So meanwhile, in addition to them fighting over the prenup battle, fighting over the divorce, fighting over this, fighting over that, they're also, Simon filed a defamation lawsuit against Porsha. We talked about that as well, because back when Porsha kept insinuating that he had ED, kept insinuating that he was broke when he was coming under Shamia's Rolls Royce gift that she was gifted for her birthday. Porsha, wasn't quiet anymore on social media. She was under the post saying stuff. So Simon filed a defamation lawsuit. Now, according to In Touch Weekly, Porsha has responded to the lawsuit, even though it has not been litigated, but she has responded to the lawsuit, and she told the court that none of her posts mentioned Simon by name. So she going by that by name thing. But that by name thing don't work when it's clear that you are speaking about someone. I'm just letting you know that by name. Listen, bloggers, if somebody if your audience knows exactly who you're talking about, and that person can prove that your audience knew exactly who you were talking about and that they've been harmed in some way, it can go by like the comment section. Porsha said you got ED. Do you have ED? Porsha over there talking about you. If he got a slew of comments saying that many people can automatically assume that they know that it's him, he got a lawsuit. But anyway, in the motion obtained by In Touch, Porsha's lawyer wrote, this case is centered around social media posts by Porsha that discuss the topic of erectile dysfunction. Although Simon alludes to multiple media outlets that sought to connect the post to Simon, Porsha cannot be held liable for wild speculation by these platforms, coupled with the complete absence of factual or legal basis that could plausibly support any of Simon's claims. Child. Anyway, we're gonna read this. We're gonna read this legal notices that Simon has filed. Because Simon said since the mama then got into it and he done did so much for the mama, he has updated his defamation lawsuit to include Miss Diane. Now I always have the court documents. Shout out to the court documents. Okay. Like this video as y'all get in here, please give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds to like this video before we get started on these court documents. All right, okay, all right, okay. So hold on. I'm gonna read these updated documents. Hold on. These documents were filed January 31st, 2025. Y'all know what day that was? Yesterday. Y'all know what day that was? Yesterday, February 31st, 2025. We is in the courthouse. We is in the court records. We be picking up stuff. So let's read and see what these updated documents are talking about. Now, like this video, please, and thank you. Now, of course, we have the plaintiff, Simon Guobadia, by through his undersigned counsel, blah, 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 files this complaint against Porsha Williams, defendant, and alleges as follows. This action arises from defendant's intentional and malicious dissemination of false and defamatory statements about plaintiff on social media platforms, specifically implying that plaintiff suffers from ED. Y'all remember that defendant statements were widely understood to refer to plaintiff, given the timing of the post and their immediate connection to plaintiff's ongoing public divorce filings. Defendant statements presented as factual have caused significant harm to plaintiff's personal and professional reputation, subjected him to public ridicule, and inflicted severe emotional distress. So all of this was in the original document, but we're going to read it anyway. Defendant's large following and status as a public figure ensured that these false statements would be widely disseminated and have a lasting impact on plaintiff's reputation. Now, plaintiff Simon Guobadia is an individual currently residing in Dubai. Plaintiff is a successful businessman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist with a respected reputation in the energy and hospitality sector. Plaintiff is the founder of and CEO of Simco Group, a well-known investment company with holdings in various industries, including energy and hospitality. Now, we hear what Simon is talking about. JJ said, I fully support Simon. He was blindsided and he is standing up for himself. 100. Shout out to JJ. Thank you for the super chat, JJ. Defendant Porsha Williams is an individual residing in Fulton County. Defendant is a public figure and reality television personality known worldwide for her role on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and amongst other widely distributed television programs, and for her significant social media presence. Defendant has cultivated a large social media following, and here is where it gets murky, okay? Because Porsha has, I don't know, over 7.7 million followers on Instagram. She might have more now, which enables her to widely disseminate her statements to a vast audience. He screenshot her Instagram. Now, there's the jurisdiction, okay? The court has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to 228 USC 1332A, as the parties are citizens of different states and the amount in controversy exceeds $75,000. That means 75,000 is the floor, okay? He can win up to millions, who knows? But 75 is worth at least $75,000. According to Simon. Now, venue is proper in the district under 28 USC 1391B1 because defendant resides in this district, and a substantial portion of the events giving rise to claims occurred in the Northern District of Georgia. Plaintiff and defendant were married. Okay, here go their story. We know their story, but we're going to read it anyway. My dog over there coughing up a lung. Plaintiff and defendants were married on November 26, 2022. In a ceremony that was widely publicized due to defendants' prominence in entertainment media. Shortly thereafter, in February 2024, 464 days or 484 days later, I'm just assuming, news broke that Porsha Williams and her husband Simon Guobadia were splitting after 15 months of marriage. An announcement that came shortly after news that she would return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta is the most popular program of the Real Housewives franchise, where it used to a cable news network, a cable network owned by Comcast, NBC, Universal Media Group division. As of November 2023, Bravo is available to approximately 70 million households. Mr. Guobadia's relationship with the defendant came contentious when the defendant suddenly started making negative, false, misleading statements about him on social media, using her outside platform to negatively influence public perception of him. Now, what's interesting is, if you're going to file divorce, just file divorce. Why are you so angry? Why you want to call the man, say he got ED? Why are you mad at the man if he got another girlfriend now after you done filed for divorce? Why is it that you feel a ways that he is fighting for, what he feel is his? If you want to leave, why not just leave? That's my question. Or are you trying to make this a story? I don't know. Anyway, on or about July 9th, 2024, defendant published a series of statements on her Instagram account concerning erectile dysfunction. Here are the posts right here. The posts were intentionally crafted to imply that plaintiff suffers from this condition, casting him in a negative and humiliating light. This series began with a striking post featuring a stark black background, prominently displaying the bold white block letters ED. Y'all remember that? Go what Porsha posted. The defendant's post continued to include definitions of ED along with details about its symptoms. There it is right here. We're going through the whole documents. Y'all remember? And she actually put a whole definition of what erectile dysfunction is. And she said erectile dysfunction, known as ED, is the inability to get or maintain an erection long enough to have sexual intercourse. There are many different causes. Now, why would she post this? Hashtag men's health awareness. Okay. So, I mean, we all know what subliminal posts are. We all know what jabs are on social media. Porsha is not a man. Porsha ain't caring about erectile dysfunction unless she was dealing with a man with erectile dysfunction. And when she was filing this, she's legally married. So who else would she be talking about? Y'all let me know in the comment section. 16. Defendant statements included comments such as erectile dysfunction. I just read that is the inability to get or keep an erection firm enough to have intercourse. Then she posted this on her post. How does a man feel when he has ED? It is common for men with ED to feel, and she highlighted anger, frustration, sadness, or lack confidence. Sound like she targeting somebody to me. Let me know. You can't win when you play dirty. Okay, you can't win when you play dirty. You said she found out he suffered from ED after the wedding. I don't know, child. Porsha probably wanted more access to the money, like Sweet Tea would say, access to the money. It's like she's saying she had to dip because he had ED. That's what it seemed like to me. Like, why would you say this? You're going through a divorce. Why would you try to be the poster child for men's health awareness? Like, what does this have to do with you or your divorce? So she also highlighted a sense of emasculation because she was calling him sassy in the comments. Okay, she was calling him sassy, and she put hashtag men's health awareness. Now, 17, defendant also posted recommendations for dealing with ED, including advice on weight loss, quitting smoking, eating a healthy diet, and reducing stress. Child, why was she doing this, child? You know that Simon was stressed out. We know Simon was stressed out because he had to move out of his house. He had to move his kids out the house. He trying to figure out what's going on. Porsha then blindsided him with this divorce side. Of course he was stressed. Okay. It said these statements were accompanied by the hashtag men's health awareness, which appeared to give the post a tone of health awareness, though the timing and context made it clear they were directed at plaintiff. Just like I said, the timing and the context. Remember, they was arguing in the comment section. Simon was saying that Shamia was the only housewife with a Rolls Royce. Simon was sending cease and desist to Bravo. Porsha was pissed off because, like she said on in Bravo Fan Fest, how dare he mess with where I make my money? Okay. Let's continue. The nature, timing, and context of these posts amidst couples' public separation led reasonable viewers to infer that defendant statements were referring to plaintiffs. Because they were, okay, like y'all said in the chat. Who else were they focused on? Y'all let me know. We know what a subliminal post is. Y'all put in the chat who y'all think that she was referring to when she was posting ED. Was it Dennis? Was it Simon? Was it Farouk? Was it somebody else? Let me know in the chat. Y'all put the name. 20. Importantly, defendant statements were not made as expressions of opinion, but instead presented as factual assertions regarding plaintiff's health, stating or strongly implying that plaintiff suffers from ED. Oh, you said you was talking about Dennis? You said she was talking about Dennis? What? I don't know. Well, should she have just said that the Dennis it was Future? It might have been. Well, Future got anyway. It wasn't Bolo. Ooh, child. Okay. I don't know who it was. Well, apparently Future still be getting it up, but anyway, I'm digressing. Defendant's Instagram account has a significant following with over 7.7 million followers, thereby ensuring that her statements were widely disseminated to a large audience. Defendant's statements regarding ED were further amplified by multiple media outlets, which published articles and posts reinforcing defendant's implications regarding plaintiff's ED. Look, all about the tea. Oh, y'all know all about the tea with the blackfishing avatar who used to be on YouTube, but she got ran off YouTube. Now they just do her blog because she never show her face because it's a Caucasian woman, allegedly. Reported on defendant statements on July 10th, 2024 in an article titled Porsha Claims Simon Guobadia suffers from erectile dysfunction. And he got a screenshot of the blog post. Okay. The All About the Tea article specifically referenced defendant's Instagram post mentioned above and highlighted that members of the public clearly recognize the defendant's comments as referring to the plaintiff. The publication also cited numerous and widespread social media posts reflecting this false information. Another online source titled RHOA Cafe published a story titled RHOA's Porsha Williams throws shade at ex Simon Guobadia with ED posts. The RHOA Cafe article highlighted that defendants' posts were interpreted as an insinuation that plaintiff suffers from ED, compounding the false and defamatory perception that plaintiff suffers from a medical condition. Okay. RHOA Cafe includes screenshots of the above referenced posts as presented on the Instagram page of the Neighborhood Talk at its Instagram handle, Neighborhood Talk. They got everybody in this. Okay. Everybody was saying the same thing. And even the Neighborhood Talk got a picture of Porsha and Simon right there. Porsha and Simon and her thing that says men's health awareness. Now, if Porsha was not referring to him, why didn't she go up under the post, the blog post, as housewives often do? Why didn't she do that and say, that's not who I was talking about? Why? Y'all let me know. Let me know in the chat. Why you think Porsha didn't clear up the misconception if that wasn't who she was talking about? Followers on Instagram and its post leave no doubt that the public at large considered the defendant's comments about ED to be specifically referencing Mr. Guobadia. In fact, postings on the Neighborhood Talk page included images of Mr. Guobadia and the defendant superimposed over defendant's text messages. Ooh, another one, the Judgement brand. Okay. I also covered the statements in a July 10th, 2024 article titled Porsha Williams' estranged husband Simon Guobadia threatens legal action after reality star seemingly claims he has erectile dysfunction. The Judgement brand at the time had 831,000 followers. And it says the Judgement brand ranks as yet another social media platform with a huge reach that has connected the defendant's false statements with Mr. Guobadia. So he's proving that not only did she do it to her millions of followers, but she also got other blogs to pick it up and run with the same narrative to their millions of followers. Okay, so it just spread and spread and spread, honey. It just spread and spread and spread. Defendants' postings were presented in a factual manner, implying a specific medical diagnosis of ED regarding plaintiff, and were clearly intended to cast plaintiff in a negative and humiliating light. As a former spouse, defendant statements were perceived by the public as having legitimacy and insider knowledge regarding plaintiff's health, enhancing the likelihood that the public would believe these statements were true. Defendant statements were false. Plaintiff does not have ED and has never suffered from or been diagnosed with this condition. Defendant made these false statements knowingly or with reckless disregard for their truth, demonstrating actual malice. Defendant's posts and the media's resulting coverage were calculated to damage plaintiff's personal and professional reputation, causing him humiliation and distress. Defendant's actions were extreme, outrageous, and intended to provoke and inflict emotional distress upon plaintiff. Plaintiffs have experienced substantial reputational harm as a result of defendant's post, affecting his credibility and image within his community and professional network. Plaintiff has also endured significant emotional distress and personal anguish due to the false and defamatory portrayal created by defendant's statement. Now, this is what, cause of action. Plaintiff incorporates by reference the allegations contained in paragraph 1 through 37. Is this the update? Under Georgia law, a cause of action for defamation requires a false and defamatory statement concerning the plaintiff that was met, an unprivileged communication to a third party, I guess putting it on social media, filed by the defendant amounting to at least negligence. I mean, he got to prove that he was harmed in some way. Special harm or accountability of the statement, irrespective of special harm. Defendant made false and defamatory statements about plaintiff by asserting or insinuated that he suffers from ED through a series of Instagram posts that imply that plaintiff suffers from erectile dysfunction. Defendant's statements were not expressions of opinion, but were presented as facts based on the intimate nature of the marital relationship. The false statement suffering from ED took on a heightened level of credibility and authenticity in the eyes of the public. The perception stemmed from the parties' prior close and intimate marital relationship. So yeah, I see all of that. I ain't gonna keep reading. Let me see. Moreover, these statements were amplified to millions more by numerous media outlets, including but not limited to All About the Tea, RHO Cafe, the Judgement Bread, and the Bravo Shade Room. These outlets further disseminated the false and defamatory implications of plaintiff's alleged ED, leaving no doubt that defendant's post referred directly to plaintiff. The extensive media coverage ensured that the defamatory statements reached an even broader audience, compounding the harm to plaintiff's reputation. Okay, defendant acted with malice. Defendant intended the defamatory statement to expose plaintiff to public ridicule. Defendant intentionally crafted a narrative designed to humiliate plaintiff by implying that these traits applied to him. Her false and malicious statements were calculated not only to harm plaintiff's reputation, but also to injure his prospects for future relationships. Ooh. And cast doubt on his well-established public persona and sterling reputation as a confident and successful individual. Interesting. Okay, let me keep reading. Let me see what y'all saying. You said sounds like more more was dumb. What? Uh he can never get to the point. This is a legal document. We gotta go through all the bases. She doesn't have any paper saying that he's diagnosed with that. Plus, if she put that on blast, the paper should be sued blind. She's getting sued now. She doesn't have sense. Okay. Okay. ED is often caused by something else. Oh. Simon, what is it you want Porsha to say? I don't think I think he just wants, yeah, I don't know what he wants. Yeah. We'll figure that out. So they're telling you what defamation is. Defamation per se arises when false statements are made that on their face harm an individual's reputation or expose them to public scorn without the need for additional explanation or context. Defendant's statements satisfy this standard by falsely asserting that plaintiff suffers from erectile dysfunction. Okay, and associating him with negative characteristics such as being angry, frustrated, sad, and lacking confidence. Defendant's allegation not only targeted plaintiff's physical and emotional integrity, but also struck at the core of his reputation as a capable and respected entrepreneur and philanthropist. Oh, child, I want to get to the good part. Okay, cause of action for defamation per se. Under Georgia law, a statement is defamatory per se when it charges an individual with having a disease that would tend to exclude them from society. B, accuses an individual of criminal activity. Or C, impugns an individual's trade or profession. Or D, subjects the individual to public hatred, contempt, or ridicule. I don't know. He fall in about 2 or 3 of them. Okay, subjects him to public hatred, contempt, or ridicule because what she did like send her entire following over to his page and called him sassy and a whole bunch of other things and saying he had erectile dysfunction. So, defendant's statement falsely attributed a medical condition to plaintiff. Defendant's statement being made by an individual with firsthand knowledge of plaintiff's health were perceived as credible. Okay, increasing the likelihood of harm. Okay, we read all that. Other causes of action for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Whew, child, this is a lot. Under Georgia law, a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress requires intentional or reckless conduct that is extreme or outrageous. Let me see what y'all saying in this chat because I am getting bored and we got 6 more pages to go. All the fellow gold diggers out here defending Porsha, they would do the same thing she could if they could. They don't know nothing about buying their own. Ooh, wow. Are there meds for this, Simon? Just asking, trying to help you out there. Not ED. Y'all so wrong. Simon's dating life had been damaged. That's what he's alleging. Okay. Porsha embarrassed him. Okay. She did. And the mama embarrassed him too by going on there and saying that he was a scammer. Okay. Now let me go back and see because we read all of this. I want to see the update. Oh, this is 22. Okay. Invasion of privacy and false light. Defendant statements created a false impression that plaintiff suffers from erectile dysfunction. The false light in which plaintiff was placed would be highly offensive to a reasonable person due to the sensitive and deeply personal nature of the allegations. Okay. Erectile dysfunction is often associated with feelings of inadequacy, diminished self esteem, and public stigma, making defendants' insinuations particularly egregious. Okay. The plaintiff was indeed highly offended and humiliated by defendant's statements. Defendant acted with knowledge of the falsity of her statements, or at a minimum, with reckless disregard for the truth. As a result of defendant's actions, plaintiff has suffered significant damages, including emotional distress, irreparable harm to his personal and professional reputation, and the loss of valuable business and professional opportunities. Plaintiff's standing as a respected entrepreneur and philanthropist has been undermined by the pervasive nature of these falsehoods. But wait, there is more. Continuing harm and anticipating damages. Upon information and belief, plaintiff anticipates discovering further false and defamatory statements as the litigation unfolds, particularly as additional evidence is gathered. Defendant is likely to continue disseminating defamatory and misleading statements about plaintiffs, especially in relation to her involvement in the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, according to promotional material that has already been released. Now, here go the tea. This is when the update of basically him saying, no, it's not just about ED. It's about, this ongoing smear campaign that is caused by Porsha filing for divorce. Like, just leave already. Why you got to destroy the man and the man's reputation and his businesses and everything else? Like, if you want to divorce, just divorce. Okay. 83. Absent intervention by this court, plaintiff faces ongoing reputational damage and emotional distress due to defendant's extensive social media reach and high profile presence on widely viewed television programs. Plaintiff continues to be susceptible to defamatory attacks and public humiliation orchestrated through defendant's extensive media platform, television appearances, and persistent pattern of harmful falsehoods. Ooh. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court A, enter a judgment in favor of plaintiff and against defendant on all counts. B, award plaintiff compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial. C, award plaintiff punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Award plaintiff reasonable attorney's fees and costs incurred in this action, and grant such other further relief as the court deems necessary. Okay, so yeah, it's been updated, and in addition to the claim, Simon is saying that he's sure that they're gonna say some other things to ruin his reputation. So, what do y'all think about it? You said if he's a scammer, why would you let your daughter marry him? Ooh, okay. Simon is the one marrying famous people, no expectations of privacy. Well, they signed a prenup, and the prenup that they signed was it had a privacy clause, allegedly, according to the court documents. Also, when they got married, Portia was not on TV. If you recall, Portia had quit all of her jobs, including her radio gig. She quit the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She wasn't working anywhere. She was just flying around with Simon. Now, Portia would lead you to believe that Simon has no money. However, publicly she would have you believe that. But however, in her legal documents, she's claiming that Simon has over $300 million, and she's afraid that he's going to tie her in court till the end of time because he has the money to do so. So, which is it? Is he a scammer who is broke, who owes all these people money, and you just try to protect your assets? Is he this $300 million man who you feel like, is going to come after you for some perceived wrong? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Anyway, I just wanted to come on quickly and read that to y'all, let y'all know Simon had updated the documents, honey, to include any ongoing or perceived defamatory remarks that are going to air on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whether he knows it or not, this is helping Portia. Like, now people go tune in to see, is she in the house? Is she not in the house? Is she filming the car? Is she not filming the car? What is she gonna say about Simon? So now we all want to tune in and see what Bravo is gonna allow. And the fact that all of this is occurring off screen is really good for me because y'all know I love covering the peripheral I can't even speak today. Drama. I love covering the things that are, outside of the show that I know that the show aren't going to cover. Okay. But anyway, my score is almost 99%, 99% true. So y'all stay tuned. We shall see what happens in the upcoming weeks. Okay, we're gonna keep our eyes on these court documents and we're gonna keep our eyes on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Meanwhile, like this video if you are just getting here. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed. Join my Instagram, instagram.com. I am ATLian. I am ATLian everywhere, and I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you. Good night, squad. I didn't end the stream.